What's going on, everybody? Welcome on in, guys. Happy Friday. Riggs Tambro here with the Sports Forum, bringing you our NBA/MLB betting show of the day. Obviously, this weekend we got NHL playoffs starting, NBA playoffs starting. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first, we got to get through Friday, and we got to get through two more play-in games in the NBA to figure out who are the final two teams to make it into the postseason. Plus, we will be doing our NHL show, that one coming up as well. Tomorrow night as well. So we got NHL show and NBA show going down for you tomorrow, both breaking down the full playoffs, our champion picks, etc., etc. Sportsforummedia.com as well. We got all the articles going up for you guys there. Some of the NBA articles are up right now. All of them will be up by Saturday. So make sure to go ahead and check that out as well. But I'm not going to waste any more of your time here. We are jumping straight in to the Hawks taking on the Heat in this one. This is considered the better of the two games here on the Friday NBA slate. Now, when you look at this game here, it is a pick 'em. You can find some lines where the Hawks are actually the dogs in this game, even though they are playing at home here. They are about plus 100, plus 102 in a few different places, but on some books, they're minus 110, minus 110. So I'm going to call the Hawks a small dog here, plus 100. I think that line is what it's going to be come game time. That line makes a little bit more sense. So when you look at it here, you got the Hawks at home. Over-under is 219.5 here. It does go all the way down to 218, though, once again, depending where you're looking. So make sure whichever side of the lines you're on here, you're doing yourself a favor. If you like the Hawks, find the plus money. If you like the under, find it at 219. If you like the over, find it at 218. Come on, folks. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, looking at the actual game here, let's talk about how these two teams got here. So the Hawks the other day kind of got routed. Let's be honest. They had a very, very bad fourth quarter. It cost them the game against the Magic there. And I'll tell you what, man, I was not as hard on the Hawks as I think a lot of other people were in the media the day after that game. Now, Trae Young got locked down. Trae Young put up 28 points and got ejected. So you can say whatever you want. I know he got frustrated, sure. I know they had some tough moments, sure. But everyone's talking about how Trae Young's coming off a bad game, and I don't really agree with you, to be honest with you. I mean, you're going to foul out with 6 minutes to go, and you got 28 points. I mean, okay. If anything, the dude is ready to come here, ready to make a statement. Fouled out last game. Got a lot of bad media for it, for people saying that he was a bad attitude, he was hurting the team, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to think Trae Young is looking to go ahead and get one back here. But on the other side, man, the Heat with a huge, very impressive win over the Bulls. Now they were only about a 1-point dog in that game, but at the end of the day, they won it pretty easily. Tyler Hero put the team on his back there in that one. They're going to need his three-point shooting here once again against the Atlanta Hawks if they want to go ahead and punch their ticket here. Look, man, to me, this is going to be a game where I think Trae Young is absolutely a major factor. He's obviously the biggest player in this game. Tyler Hero is a pretty big player in this game as well. I do think he's going to have a good game. He has shot pretty well overall against the Hawks this year. Now, he did go, I want to say, 0 for 9 in one of his games against the Hawks from 3, but in all the other games, the dude made over 3 threes a game. So you got to sit there and say, okay, he can hit shots. At worst, he's going to be firing shots, and they need him to fire shots here. So not too worried about that. I'm a little bit surprised by the 218, 219 on the over-under here. I'm looking at a Hawks team who had how many games this year that one of the two teams scored 135 or more points? A lot of them. On the other side, the Heat, yeah, they play a little bit more of a lower scoring type of game. But even them, I mean, if they're going to win this game, I think they got to hit their shots here. So I'm a little surprised. I was thinking 228, 229. So 218 to me feels a bit low. But why? That's what we got to get here. And what is our official picks? Well, first of all, let me throw it out there. 75% of people, 75% of the bets, I should say, are coming in on the Miami Heat to win this basketball game. So that's a little bit surprising. The road team, to me, it's very simple, guys. People play on what have you done for me lately? Well, lately, the Hawks kind of got routed and went out ugly, and Trae got ejected, and everyone's giving him crap. And on the other side, the Heat had a great game, sent the Bulls home, and now here they are, and they punched their ticket here. Tyler Hero shooting out of his mind, playing great. So it's kind of like two teams going like this right now. Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I got to be honest with you. I don't know about 75% of people. I'm going to go against the grain on this one, not going to take the Heat here. I'm taking the Hawks on the money line at plus 100. Once again, you can find it up to plus 102 right now, maybe 105 by, mid-afternoon, but for right now, it's plus 100. I'm happy. I feel like we're getting the home team, in my opinion, a little bit of a better team when it comes to role players and everything like that. So unless Trae Young has a bad game, man, I don't really see that the Hawks lose this game. So I like the Hawks with the plus money. And then on the over-under, tough one here, 218, 219, once again, depending where you're looking. Here's what's weird, though. The public, y'all, love overs. Love overs. I can't believe the money in this game for a play-in game. Everyone's bored. Everyone's desperate on Friday night. Everybody wants to take overs, and put their money in on their sportsbook. Everybody get paid today. It's a Friday. Yeah, well, guess what? 62% of people are on the under in this game. Maybe I'm missing something. But the players for the Heat that were sitting out last game are still likely sitting out this game. And if those players play, sure, you could argue it could make driving down low, getting some easy buckets for the Heat a little bit harder. Sure. But it also means the Hawks, it means the Hawks are going to be taking some more three-pointers, which I guess you could say that could go great towards the over-under, or it could be bad towards the over-under. Look, man, I'm going to rock here with the two plays that are against the public. I'm going with 25% of people. I'm on the Hawks to win this game at plus 100, and I'm taking the over 218 in this game. 38% of people are on the over. We're one of those percentages. So good luck to you guys in this one. Hawks Heat. I got the Hawks taking it on down here, and the over for a little bit of fun. Life's too short to bet the under. I know you've heard it before. So there you go, guys. But we are going to go ahead and pop over here to the other game of the day, Grizzlies Mavericks. Really quick, though, you see the link right there. Sports bettors, if you guys like betting, we got you covered. Winnable.com/blitz betting. I help run that page over there. We do a lot of tough work there, a lot of analytics, a lot of handicapping, a lot of time put in every single night. We spend hours every day getting those picks for you guys. No gimmicks, no jokes, no scams, nothing like that. It's all real. It's all legit. If you have any questions, please shoot us a DM. We'd even be happy to provide you with a free day. But with that said, we got our NBA package, NHL package, or combo of the two for the playoffs going down right now. $50 for either sport, or $74.99 if you want both of them put together. But hurry up. There's only a few packages left of each one. If you guys want all our winners throughout the playoffs, that's the link. That's the place to do it. But moving on through here, we're going to pull DraftKings up as well, just to go ahead and give you guys a little bit more of a look on what you're looking at. But I do want to throw out there really quickly, my other play and our free play of the day at Blitz Betting happens to be Tyler Hero. I know, Riggs. I know. But Riggs, everyone's on the under and everyone's on the Heat to win. You're right. And I'm not on the Heat to win, but I am on the over. I'm taking Tyler Hero for 3+ three-pointers in that game. It's minus 130. It's not the greatest odds in the world, but I like it a lot here. I think he's going to teeter between 3 and 5 in that game. Maybe 3 and 4 is probably more likely. You can try 4+ at the plus 145. I don't hate it, but for me, I like the 3. I think if they get desperate, they're going to have to move the ball around a little bit if he's not hitting the threes early. And at that point, if he doesn't have at least 2 threes by halftime, I'm not feeling great about that. So I'm going to go ahead and go Tyler Hero, 3+ three-pointers in that one, as well as the Hawks to win and the over in that game. So good luck to everybody in that one. But once again, we're moving on through here to the next game on the board, and this one is going to be a lot of fun as well. That is the Mavericks game, Mavs Grizzlies here in this one. You got the Mavs coming in +6 on the road here. You got the Grizzlies at home minus the 6. Obviously, once again, two teams coming off two different outcomes. Grizzlies fighting for their life here after a not so great performance last time out. Mavericks, on the other hand, with a big upset win as well. So a lot of that kind of situation going on here, but hey, that's what you get in the play-ins. Mavericks 221.5 here on the over-under, plus 220 on the money line, and once again getting 6 points here on the road in Memphis. look, man, I'm not going to go as deep in this game as I did into the Heat Hawks game. One, because I have some MLB plays that I want to get you. And two, it's a little bit more of a cut and dry kind of game. Look, the Grizzlies, in my opinion, should they be favored minus 270? I don't believe so. I think it's a bit too high here. I'm not a huge fan of the Grizzlies being that big of a favorite when the Mavericks are very, very alive here in the dog spot barking. That's it. I still like the Grizzlies to win. I just wish it was a better line. I wish it was about minus 200, maybe feel a little bit better there. But that's okay. Minus 270, it is what it is. If anything, it's a parlay piece. My recommendation here is I don't recommend laying 6 points. Couple reasons why. First reason, this number was 7. Then it was 6.5 for the majority of the night last night. And as of early this morning, as you guys know, I shoot these for you right around 11 p.m., 1 in the morning for you guys. So you got them bright and early. We go ahead and try to get them out for you guys. But that said, the Grizzlies are now 6. They were 7, 6.5, and now 6. In sports betting, that's a green or a red flag. I'm sorry. I'm looking at red. I'm thinking green. Anyway, that's a red flag there, man. You don't want that to happen. The team that all the money's coming in on is going backwards in the betting numbers. That would be considered a liability for sports books, but sports books don't make mistakes like that very often. And I don't really think they're making one here. So if you want to take the Grizzlies, I can't fault you for taking the Grizzlies on the money line in a parlay, but I do not recommend laying the points here. Now, 6 points. I would have liked 7 if I was going with the Mavericks. I would have liked 6.5. 6, you're starting to push it. I don't want to go much lower than 6. You can still find it at 6.5, though, on most other sports books outside of DraftKings. DraftKings appear to be a little bit ahead of everybody in that line movement. So I like the Mavericks plus the 6, plus the 6.5, depending on what you can find out there. Hey, maybe by midday tomorrow, it's 7, 7.5, because all the money's coming on the other side. Maybe. But for me, I like the Mavericks plus the points, but I have the Grizzlies winning. So after seeing the game the other day, man, look, Anthony Davis, that's a bad dude right there, bro. And if he's on and he's healthy, which he is, he's a very dangerous player. He can make a lot of things happen. If the Mavericks do what they did in the second quarter in the last game, they're going to be just fine here. Let me remind you guys, for those that weren't paying attention, in the game against the Kings on Wednesday night, the Mavericks and the Kings, the Mavericks got outscored 27-29 in the first quarter. Then they outscored the Kings 44-19 in the second quarter. That was the major gap. Then they got outscored in the third quarter, 28-33. Then they got outscored again in the fourth quarter, 21-25, and they still won the game by 14 points. Why? Because they outscored them by 25 points in one quarter. And I guess where I'm going with that is 2 things. First of all, they lost 3 out of 4 quarters, and they won the game by 14. So first of all, that's kind of crazy. Take that how you want to take that. Second of all, though, what's scary is they only need 1 quarter, to beat you. You could outplay them for 3 quarters, and they're going to beat you. They drop a 44 piece right here in this game in any quarter. They drop 44. I think they're going to win. Straight up. So they better be careful here if they're the Memphis Grizzlies. All you got to do, win each quarter by 2 to 3 points. I think the Grizzlies are 2 to 3 points better than the Mavericks. But just based on what I saw from the Grizzlies last time out, what I saw from the Mavs last time out, I like the points with Dallas, but I'm taking the Grizzlies to win this one. Over under the 221.5. I don't have much here. I think they nailed this number, to be completely honest with you. I will go ahead and pull up here really quickly where the money is in this game, just so you guys have that little bit of insurance. You guys know I don't like betting with the public very often. 34% of people have the Mavs winning this game. That's actually a lot of percentage when you look at the odds in this game. Plus 220, 34% of the wins right now are on the Mavericks. Pretty crazy. I'll bet you that's a lot closer, though, to 75% for the Grizzlies come game time, because all the public come in. They start making money line parlays with 50 other things in them, and they're all going to throw Grizzlies in there, which is actually kind of a liability, but just throwing it out there. Then at the spread, here's what worries me. The Mavericks, 62% of the spread bets are on Dallas in this game. So they're getting a pretty hefty number on the money line at plus 220. And then they're also getting the spread number. So maybe there is a world that there's some reverse voodoo going on here, and odds makers know that the Grizzlies are going to lose this game or win this game, and they're letting the money, they're almost making it look like, oh, the line's coming down. You might want to take the Mavericks. You might want to take the Mavericks. Maybe they're playing the reverse here. I don't think so, because most of the public aren't smart enough to even pay attention to these lines and even know that that's happening, but it's happening. So you guys do what you want. My recommendation, Grizzlies win this game. If you're going to do a spread, I would probably take the points. I would actually take the first half +4 for the Mavericks if I was going to do Mavericks at all. I guess that's what I would do. And then the over-under, 70% of the money is on the over in this game. My only problem with that is if there wouldn't have been the 44-point quarter for the Mavs in the last game, then the over wasn't going to hit. So I'm kind of leaning towards the under. Only 30% of the money's on the under. Let's go ahead and go with that. But I don't like it as much as I like the over in the other game. But final 3 plays, Mavs cover, Grizzlies win, under the 221.5, which, by the way, is available at 223 on a lot of books. So once again, man, DraftKings ahead of their time over here. Go get the best line that you can. Good luck to everybody in those MLB games. And a quick reminder here, all of the NBA series, once again, will be available on sportsforummedia.com. You guys can go ahead and go find those articles. We got you covered on every single one. Our writers, me, Rudy Reyes, Bryson Owens, Brandon Hooten, all do a phenomenal job for you guys. Always get you guys the best winners, the best information that you need, and we got you covered there. Now, all of these NBA series will be covered by myself and Bryson Owens tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune in for that show. We are giving you the winners all for free, baby, because that's what we do over here. But if you want our VIP plays and our exclusive plays, once again, make sure that you guys do subscribe at winnable.com/blitz betting there. Now, we are moving on through here to some MLB. Let's go ahead and get this on a decently bigger screen for you guys. There we go, just so that you guys can see what's going on. Our Friday MLB free picks, man, oh man, where do we even start? Well, we're going to start at the top and we're going to go straight down. We got about 12 minutes here left in this show, and I'm going to make sure you guys get picks on all of them. So let's go ahead and do it. Also going to give you the biggest red flags of the day. It's a Friday. As you guys know, when we head into weekends, this is when you start seeing the weird things happening and the dogs winning and the favorites that you go, why in the world is that team favored to beat that team? I'm slamming the other team, and it never works out for you. Yeah, it's the weekend, it's the public, and that's where the books make their money. Real smart sports bettors, you lay heavy bets during the week, and you go a little bit lighter on the weekends. But anyway, with that said, looking here at the very first game on the board, D-backs taking on the Cubs. This one's going down in Chicago. We got Corbin Burns taking the mound for Arizona. We got Rhea taking the mound here for the Cubs. The Cubs do come in at home on Friday as a small dog in their own field, +110, -130 here for the D-backs. Over-under is also way jacked up there at 11 runs here in this one. Look, this is a tough game to call, but I'm going to go with who's been making me money hand over fist day in and day out, man. I have made a lot of money. All of our members over at Blitz Betting have won a lot of money so far on the Arizona Diamondbacks, whether it's their spreads, their totals, their first fives. We have these guys figured out live betting and banking on the bullpen that everyone thinks is bad because the stats show that they're bad, but it's actually kind of crazy. If you really watch them, they're actually a pretty decent bullpen and they have a lot of saves. So anyway, I like the D-backs in this game. I understand if you want to go Cubs. I don't blame anybody for taking the +110, but I think the D-backs are favored here for a reason. And as long as Corbin Burns doesn't magically have a bad home run day where he just gives up a couple home runs early, I think they're going to be just fine here. He tends to limit base runners, or at least I should say letting base runners get in. He might give up one or two. He might walk a guy or two, and he still stays pretty poised out there. I like Corbin Burns and the D-backs bullpen to find a way to get this done. I also like the D-backs first 5 money line. You are on the road. It is a Friday. Pretty decent crowd going to be out there. Now it's a midday game, but you could argue that maybe the D-backs pen choked this thing away. So take the D-backs first 5, take the D-backs on the money line. And then over under the 11. Look, man, the only thing I don't get about this is this game isn't in Colorado. So why is it 11 runs? I don't know. I'm leaning towards the under. I get it, though. I can see with one of these two teams getting to 6 runs, maybe 7 runs. So I can see it, but I'm still going to lean towards the under 11 in this game. I think a 6-4, 5-3 makes a little bit more sense here than a 8-7 kind of game. So we'll see what happens, but I like the D-backs and lean towards the under here. Then game number 2, we're looking at the Guardians and the Pirates. Guardians throwing their man Luis Ortiz up on the mound here on the road, minus 135 here. Pirates at their beautiful, beautiful park. If you haven't been, you got to go. Got Carmen, I hate this last name, Mladzinski. Zinski. There you go. I might have got it right there. Plus 114 on the money line. Over under 9 in this game. The over, though, giving you a nice little plus sign if you're feeling a little bit lucky here on Friday. Look, man, we've been actually cashing some really good tickets on the Pirates over the past few days. But this is the first game over the past few days that I've been really hesitant to try my luck on the Pirates. They scare me. Now, the Guardians' bats are struggling, but if they're going to wake up, they're probably going to wake up here against Carmen. He's an okay pitcher. I don't love what I see from him, but the other problem is Ortiz is really struggling, but same for the Pirates. They don't have great bats. It's kind of two teams that have decent bats that are going cold right now. Can they wake up? If one of these two bats does wake up, they're going to win this game. Neither of the starters are good enough here. However, when you look at bullpens, one thing interesting here is when you think of these two teams, you always think the Pirates are a bottom 10 bullpen and the Guardians are usually a top 5 bullpen. Well, the Guardians are a top 5 bullpen, but the Pirates are right there behind them. The Pirates actually being one of the sneakiest of all bullpens so far this year. I think they can hang in this game. If they have the lead after 5 innings, I think the Pirates very well might win this one, but they got to have the lead at that point. This, to me, I would be honest with you guys, I'd probably stay off this one and enjoy it. If you want a ticket, I guess if you got to pick a winner, truly, truly deep down, I lean Guardians, but they should not be minus 135 in this game. So I guess if you want to try the Pirates at plus 115, try to get paid, I don't blame you. Just do it. Be careful in this one. Over under 9. I lean under the 9 here. I actually do like that play quite a bit. That's my favorite play in this game. I think both bats here have been very, very sleepy. The Pirates just won 1-0 again. The Guardians have been losing because they can't hit the baseball. And both bullpens are pretty darn good. So I'm leaning towards the under 9 here. If I was you, that is the one and only play that I would put in here on this game. But moving on through here, guys, to our next game on the board, the Royals and the Tigers. I'm not going to spend much time here, man. We almost pulled the trigger on one of these plays on our Blitz betting card for the day, but we chose not to. However, I'll go ahead and tell you what we were thinking about. Cole Ragans on the mound here for the Royals, minus 142 on the money line on the road. Jackson Jube taking the mound here for the Tigers. Look, the Tigers, first of all, are a juicy plus 120 dog at their own stadium here. That's pretty rare for the Tigers, but it's been a slow start to the season. Jackson is a decent pitcher. A lot of people would probably argue that he doesn't look like the better pitcher here, but Ragans is struggling a little bit at the moment compared to last year. All that said, though, I still lean Royals. I still lean Ragans. My problem with this game was that I was really hoping these lines were either going to be flipped or at least a pick 'em. Because if we were looking at Royals minus 110, I would take the Royals in this game. The problem is I don't like them at minus 142. And I also don't like them as a parlay piece. Because if you put them in a parlay here, they're probably going to be a parlay killer. So there's not a lot of value here with the Royals in this game. So for me, I lean Royals over under 7.5. It's really low number. I thought it would be closer to 8.5. I lean towards the under, but once again, 7.5 minus 120. Don't love it. The reason we stayed off this game is we think the value is gone off the board here. The bookmakers did a really good job of making this tight margins. and I don't think it makes it worth it to bet. But that's our lean. That's our thoughts. You guys go ahead and do with that what you will. Now, here's a really rare sight. Sandy Alcantara, plus 180, dog. Holy Lord, the Marlins on the road. And let me remind you, this is not the Marlins that we know. This is not the usual horrible Marlins. These guys aren't that bad, okay? They are good, but they aren't that bad. They got their man Alcantara on the mound, a multi-time award winner. This dude is an animal, still arguably a top 3 pitcher in all of baseball. I think most people would say he'd probably be a top pitcher in baseball if he was on a bit of a better team and ever got some help from the actual win category. But plus 180 on the money line. Phillies got their man Zach Wheeler on the mound here in this one at home, minus 218 on the money line, 7.5 here in a minus 110 on the over-under. You can go ahead and take the Marlins here to keep it within 1.5 runs at minus the 125 number on the other side. Lay the 1.5 runs if you want to at plus 105 with the Phillies in this game. Look, man, first things first, favorite bet in this game is the first 5 under 4.5 runs in this game. Now, some books, they're offering 4 instead of 4.5, but it's plus money. So you push it 4 instead of win, but it's plus money if you hit it. I do like the 4.5, though, if you can find it about minus 120. That is my preference in this game. I just like the first 5 under. Marlins bats have been a little bit sleepy. Phillies bats are dangerous, but it is Sandy Alcantara. And if he gets blown up here, they're cooked anyway. So my 2 bets in this game, if forced to pick, are going to be the first 5 under the number, and then also going to be the money line for the Phillies. I do not recommend taking the 1.5 because they're at home. It's Sandy. I just don't see the value at plus 105. So if you want to, if you like the Marlins, I think you could argue the plus 1.5. I don't think it's a bad bet. But then at that point, you might as well try the 180 and just try to go for a damn near triple up on your bet if it was me. So good luck to you guys in this one. Phillies to win and the first 5 under 4.5 runs. Now, only got about 2 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and just scan these super quickly for you. Reds, Orioles, not touching this game. Povich versus Abbott. I don't see any value here. Minus 155 for the Orioles. It's just not there. Go ahead and skip that one. Yankees taking on the Rays. This is a trap game if I've ever seen one. You got Carlos Rodon, Drew Rasmussen here in this one. Look, man, no offense to the Rays, but unless there's a plus sign in front of them, I don't put money on them, to be completely honest with you. I'm not a big Rays guy. Also, though, I know the public is going to see Yankees and a minus 110 on a Friday night, and everyone's going to take them. So I just don't want to be on that side of the number. I am opting to stay off of this game here. But hey, good luck to you. Once again, if I had to pick, like gun in my head, my head tells me Yankees, but knowing what I know about sports books, it tells me Rays. So once again, you guys do with that what you will. I'm not touching it. Mariners, Blue Jays. You got Francis taking on my boy Brian Woo. Shout out Pop Smoke. I like Brian Woo here and the Blue Jays, but I like the Mariners first 5 money line in this game, minus 110. Mariners been looking pretty good. These bullpens are damn near a wash. They're 1 apart here in the rankings. So I like the Mariners in the first 5 with Brian Woo. As long as the bats don't let him down, I think they're going to be just fine. Cardinals, Mets, no thank you. Forced to pick. I'll take the Mets, but minus 170 with David Peterson on the mound. I don't know about that. I do like the Red Sox in this game, but they just recently put that they're updating the starting pitcher. So be careful. Check the line. If all of a sudden it magically drops way too low, don't touch it. But if it's in the 200s, Red Sox money line, put that with the Phillies money line. Got yourself a parlay. Braves, Twins. Tough one here. I like the Braves in the first 5, though. Twins bullpen is better than the Braves. Elder, not a great pitcher, but Chris Paddock is struggling. You guys go ahead and do with that what you will. I got to wrap this up, though. Not going to get to all of them, but once again, guys, all of our picks for you, NBA, NHL, and combo playoff packages available at winnable.com/blitzbetting. Also, sportsforummedia.com for you guys. All the articles from the weekend from all of our different writers doing a phenomenal job over at the Sports Forum for you guys as well. Enjoy those NBA playing games. Join myself and Bryson Owens late night Friday night, early Saturday morning. Make sure you check our Twitter and Instagram at SportsForumCO. We'll be live for you guys talking the NBA bracket, and the NHL bracket. And we'll see you next week as well on Draft Night Live for our 4-hour draft special. Until then, guys, I'm Riggs Tambro at the Sports Forum. Happy Friday to all of you, and good luck on your bets.